Welcome to Risk On, episode 57, brought to you by FOMO. Best multi-chain trading experience out there. Go download it today. Promo code Risk On for 10% something off your trading fees. Go get there today. Go join me. I joined the trenches back again last week, famously. I said I onboarded some money to buy lighter, which I said I wouldn't buy. And then I took that lighter money, which I sold before the nuke, and then lost a bunch of it gambling on shitters this weekend.
Yeah, how you feeling about that, Wood? I think you might have said that you were going to regret it, and it seems that you do.
I already regret it. I said that I put a bottom in on Unk, and the Unks heard me put a bottom in on Unk and said this is my exit liquidity. I used to be the guy out there, selling on people. That used to be me. Tables have turned. I'm the washed up old guy who people say, oh, Wood bought, sell. Wood candles, sell. Time to get out. Wood's the counter signal now. You spend enough time around here, you kind of lose your juice, I think.
Yeah, you live long enough to become the exit liquidity.
You live long enough.
They steal your hard-earned beans, what you earned in the market, in one pocket, out the other. Some things don't change. Is the only thing you bought?
No, I bought it. I did make money trading some stuff.
And you didn't buy Asteroid. I hate to bring this up so early into the show, but we got a sidelined Asteroid guy here.
So Asteroid was scanned. I fell asleep. Asteroid got scanned at sub a milli in Ding Slayer in our chat we're all in. And I fell asleep. I'm old. This happened at like 12 o'clock at night, I think. And I was sleeping. And I missed
Devastating mistake.
And then
But let's be honest. Even if all of us could have seen it when it first came out, none of us were buying that shit.
Fully disagree, actually. I had money on mainnet for the first time in forever. I've had money on mainnet for like 2 weeks now because I'm in some other mainnet Ponzi token that I own way too much of now. But I think it's going to do well. I had money on mainnet, so I would have ripped into it.
I saw it when it was scanned, and I was just like, nah, I can't even be bothered to buy it. Didn't buy it, and I don't even feel like, that feeling of like, I could have bought it at this price, so I'm not going to buy that. I just don't even feel that anymore because I know I'm not going to buy them tickers that low. So like, I'm just happy with buying higher and confident. It sounds egotistical, but like, I'm going to make more than the guys who were buying at that price to a certain level because of the size I'm buying like above 100 mil.
That said, what got into us, Satss? Because you and I both, we've just been done. We just have no interest for at least a month, 2 months, no interest in anything. See price go up, stopped caring.
Yeah.
But something happened here where we were both like, man, I'm gonna throw some size into this. Like a throwback. Like we need to put size into this. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know
why. I really don't know why. I think I gave Swizzle a bit of FOMO because I was like, I'm sizing in at 130 mil.
I think I saw something about like Satss was doing. I was like, wait a second, this guy is totally retired, but he's blasting into this thing, and I was like, I don't even really know what the meme is. I still don't really know what it is, but I felt like I had to have some exposure, man.
Yeah, neither do I. And it's one of them things. It's like, I know it gets said a lot across ET, but it's like, it's one of them narratives that comes along. And I was listening to a Jack Duval space. You guys probably don't even know who he is, but
we don't know who that is. We don't know who that is. I'm imagining what's the rapper, the white rapper?
Jack Harlow.
I'm imagining Jack Harlow.
Does
he look like that? Does he look like Jack Harlow?
Yeah, he looks a bit like Jack Harlow. And he buys meme coins on Solana. And I heard him say something on a space. He was like, this is one of the narratives that comes around every 5 years. And I heard that, and I was like, you know what, Jack? You're fucking right. You're right. Like
every 5 years, he said.
Yeah. But we have read
5 years.
You can go on Twitter every day and find a narrative that only comes along every 5 years. So what was different, Satss? Meme coin Jack Harlow shilled you, and you got and you were coin,
and you know what the story doesn't even know that. Meme coin Jack Harlow is the lead CTO member of the Solana Asteroid, which went to 0. So he wasn't even talking about the ETH one. He was talking about the Solana one. And I heard him say that, and I was like, wow, this seems like extreme cope. Extreme cope. I'm buying the ETH one with size.
Let's back up for a second, by the way. What is the meme? Let's just, because, for anyone that doesn't know, I'll raise my hand. I kind of know. But, like, why is this, and why are we talking about meme coins again? Is this Jack?
This is the guy that Satss was listening to and said, I gotta buy this meme. You were like, bro.
So my borrowed conviction was this.
Your conviction came from this guy.
Yeah, this guy's a good guy. I gotta be honest. He's he tries a lot of things. He says a lot of words, but he's a funny guy, man. He's like, there's a Telegram sticker pack. I use him all the time of his face edited onto different things. You guys would have known it straight away. But this is the guy, man. This is Jack. Great guy. Gotta be honest. Great guy. Did get this wrong with the CTO. But yeah, just a little bit. It was bold. It was really bold of him. I think I don't think he's been around for ages, and he's learned his lesson. I don't think he'll ever do another CTO. I think he's fully learned that. That's a bad idea, a real bad idea. But on the meme, so what it is what my understanding of it is, because I don't do a lot of research historically. So I think someone's daughter tragically passed away, and she wrote a note to Elon or something along them lines saying she wanted this to be the mascot of SpaceX and be one of the first things to go to space and be on Mars or something like that. And then, it kind of picked up from there. Elon said yes, like he's fully down to do it on Twitter. And then here we are. Like, that's literally as simple as it is.
Wait, Elon sending her to space? Or
No. She's got she's tragically passed away.
She's
tragically passed away. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I misinterpreted that.
Yeah, they're sending the Teddy what she wanted to go to space to space. That's what's going on here. But yeah, that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong as well, but that seems like a great narrative. The mascot of SpaceX. Going to space, and it seems to be heavily reported on, and Elon's the type of guy who sticks to his word. So there's a lot of catalysts coming up for it. I hope, what I'm making up.
Yeah, we have two scenarios. Either we bought, not the top, but we bought at the most hype moment, and this is just going to fizzle out and never be talked about again. 90% chance, 80% chance that happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the 10% chance, whatever you think it is, this shit is going to literally go to the moon. The mascot is going to the moon. And Satss and I had a revelation, and we top blasted. And we're going to get rich from it.
Yeah. This is a scenario where you buy within 15% of the top, and it goes up 15%, and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm up. And then you just get absolutely
No, that's basically exactly what has happened so far. That's exactly
Swizzle adds me in the group chat. Yeah, he adds me in the group chat and goes, bro, we're up. We're eating right now. I checked the chart and we're at the same price.
Satss and I, instead of DMing each other, last night Satss and I went to shit talking in the group chat right here with Wood just to rip on him for being sidelined. We were up maybe 15 to 20% max. And by the time I woke up this morning, that had retraced, and I'm basically back to even. So we're on thin ice, but just something feels good here. I don't know.
Guys, I have no FOMO about not being in this bag. I do have FOMO over Print and Play-Doh, who are all up 7 figs each on this thing. I have FOMO over them, but I have no FOMO over you guys, who are top blasting size into Asteroid Shiba.
Just wait. Look,
Asteroid Shiba. This is the GameStop mascot token. This is
You're going to feel FOMO soon, bro. When it's at $1 billion, and me and Swizzle are knee sliding in the group chat.
If this goes to $1 billion, I do not understand meme coins in this trading game whatsoever.
Bro,
the past 3 years of my life have been a waste.
My thing right here is it either goes to $1 billion or I sell for a 50% loss. No in between.
You're not going to adjust that. This
No.
is you know what this is like, Wood? This is when
XPL.
when Satss was like, no matter what, I don't care. I'll ride it to 0. I'm holding XPL for 3 years. I'm holding Plasma for 3 years. There's nothing that
lasted
can
a
change my
week.
mind.
Yeah, shit
lasted a
went
week.
down. Shit, I don't think it had a single red day or a single green day since I muttered them words. And it just plummeted straight to 0. Hopefully we don't follow the same thing with Asteroid. But look, 70 mil, I'm done. Hopefully the future MMs aren't listening and they go, fuck this guy. This guy's fun.
Stop it out.
This guy's fun. But I'm
This
hoping
chart at
just
70 million is the most disgustingly gross looking chart I can ever imagine.
and I'm gonna.
Well, you're talking about a thing that has not yet happened. That could very well.
No,
happen.
I'm just saying if it happens, it would be.
If it happens, it would look like that.
It would be really ugly.
If it goes to 70 mil, I put the final nail in the coffin when it goes to 0.
That's a Swizzle
It
move.
goes
You know
to
how many
0.
times I've had Swizzle say to me, "Fuck, I was the capitulation candle on this."
Yeah.
You were the.
Because I'm the guy that holds out. Like I'm like I hang on to the thesis. I'm like I believe in this, man. I believe, and then it just looks so gross. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here. And that's the capitulation wake.
Dude, don't you still hold Copperino?
I do. I haven't
Oh my
touched it.
god!
I haven't even opened my FOMO account in over a month because of
I'll do it
Copperino.
for
Because
you.
I can't bear to look.
I'll do it for you. I'm gonna air out. All right, so I'm gonna tell how bad I'm down on stream right now on my FOMO account. This is fun. Let's see. That's a really gross number. Because there was a guy named Zinc who we're buddies with who was complaining about being down like a little bit of money recently.
I think he was down 300k now.
Yeah, dude, my FOMO all time is down $470,000. Swizzle.
Mine's actually word, but it's a lot of this is. Do we speak the word? Do we say the word?
Do not speak the word, but you
Because
are
of something specific.
Yeah, I'm 50% that one token and 50% everything else. So I'm pretty bad. Swizzle, you're 30 days down 70 bands. I can't see your all time.
You know what's crazy too is like,
Oh shit.
yeah, I only hold one token. I'm pretty sure, so it's a little volatile over there. FOMO.
Little.
It will bounce back. It will come back. Guys.
That's one of those ones I'm gonna check back in 2027, and we'll see.
You know what the best part about being down so badly in 2026 for me is that I've been resetting my cost basis on all of my equities, which are up a good jillion %. It's been lovely.
Yeah.
So
That is the crypto man equivalent of girl math right there.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
dude, it's been really nice. I can offset some of these gains.
I'm
Could
offsetting
have just not lost the money and then paid taxes on a higher amount of gains, but. No, it's nice to offset the gains.
Here we are. Prices, over the weekend, Satss said we'd be down over the weekend. We were down because Trump reverse tacoed.
Yeah.
He tacoed and then he untacoed. And then we nuked. Strait of Hormuz got closed. Equities still went up tremendously. But crypto took a hit, but we're about the same price as we were on Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Alts are just going to zero, though.
Yeah, there's just no bid. There is no bid. It's just like it's like what I said at the on last pod. I just feel like with alts, especially, I think Bitcoin is different. Maybe Solana and ETH are different as well, and Hype, but they're the only 4. But the rest is like there's just better things to risk your money on right now. It feels like there's more attractive things to gamble on for big money, and whether that's private deals in AI, I feel like that's what's going on right now. There's a lot of private deals in AI that are going on, and money's just fucking sinking into these things, and not our old bags anymore because people got absolutely washed here. It will come back eventually, like we all said on the last pod. Like money travels further down the risk curve and ends up in our bags, and then ideally our bags go up 5x and we sell. Usually doesn't happen, but. That's the gamble. But yeah, on last stream as well, I literally said 78.3, and that was the Pico top.
You didn't short it, though, did you?
No, didn't short. So all I've got is the participation medal, no money.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights. Yeah. However, did buy Asteroid. So there you go.
Have you guys
Yeah,
seen?
you're not up on Asteroid.
No, you know what? I'm up 5%. Big win.
Have you guys seen
Works my open door.
people have been buying on Solana. They've been buying whatever this liquid approximation token is for Anthropic. Like, they're basically paying. I don't really understand how it works because it's not. It's like a proxy for the private valuation, but you have to buy it. My understanding is like people are buying it at like a 30% premium just to get exposure, because those are like I don't really know what is like creating the like what are you getting when you buy those Anthropic shares? I guess people are putting them up on secondary, and then you pay a premium to get access to them liquid on chain, something like that.
I don't even think that's how it works. I think it's just a make believe thing, you know.
No. I think it is related to secondary shares that are for sale.
Okay.
But because they don't actually have them, it's like people who aren't supposed to really be selling them. So there's some premium. That said, everyone who's been buying on chain, like 85% of people who've been buying on chain are up on their positions, and it's just been rocketing. It's just been skyrocketing.
Yeah, I don't know how liquid it is. I did see someone's up 1.5 mil on this though, but once again, I don't know how liquid.
So over the weekend, that person, it was at least someone was up unrealized like $3 million on it. Yeah. 2.8, I think. I'll try to find it.
I mean, where's the other side of the pool here? Like this is what doesn't really make sense to me. Like who are you selling into? You know, who's your exit liquidity?
That's
I'm sure it's a special purpose vehicle of some sort that raised capital for this specific purpose.
Yeah.
Who pooled together shares from people to like market make it in some something I don't understand.
I did see I saw this on LinkedIn, funnily enough. Don't ask. I was fucking having a scroll. I opened it up.
Are you on your LinkedIn arc?
No, I hadn't opened it in so fucking long. And I saw one of the notifications in my email of one of my friends from like way back in the day getting a new job. And I was like, let's go see what he's up to. Like, I like this guy. I opened up LinkedIn and I see some guy trying to offload his house in exchange for Anthropic shares. Like he's actively trying to sell his house for Anthropic shares. That was his whole thing, and it blew up on LinkedIn. Big story there. But yeah, it's getting crazy. You know, it's getting fucking crazy. 1.7 trillion.
Yeah. So Gum tweeted, Gum says, whatever his name is. He said Anthropic is now priced at a $1.7 trillion valuation. People are paying an 81% premium just to get access to it on Solana. The top holder on-chain is up $2.6 million.
Insane.
And this was on April 18th. So 4 days ago. This was over the weekend, just before the weekend.
This is also on Hype as well, isn't it? This is also on Trade XYZ, no?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so I wonder what volume this does, because obviously your volume is the way you're going to get out of these sort of things. I can imagine. Let me see, Anthropic.
Personally, would you guys buy this this like on-chain representation of?
I will never buy anything at $1.7 trillion.
No. Forget the price. I'm saying, would you buy like in ambiguously affiliated secondary shares of a private company token?
100%.
You would.
I will get. Swizzle, we make a living gambling on internet pictures.
Yeah.
What I find?
Made. Past tense. Made.
Yeah.
Past tense.
Yeah, very true. Past tense. But I would, fuck it, but not at 1.7 trillion. That valuation's just, it's crazy, but honestly, it is crazy, but it kind of makes sense. We're seeing how their updates change markets, you know? We saw what they've done to Figma. And I gotta say, Claude Design fucking sucks. And Figma went down, 20% on that news? And Claude Design sucks. So, I don't know, man. What happened?
There was more to that, it turned out. There was a key figure of the board stepped down or resigned or something. And that happened to occur on the same day. So I think there was a little bit of Twitter sensationalism about, this Claude feature dropped and immediately like Figma went down. I think it was part of it. It might have been a small part of it, but I think it was more about everything that happened with, there's some drama going on at Figma as well.
That's what,
But it definitely played into the narrative of they keep dropping features at very convenient times.
Yeah, they do. They do. It also feels like it's just like one blow after another for Figma at the moment. Like, I feel like ever since IPO, they've just been on this crazy downturn, like where nothing seems to be going right. And like they can't put a foot right. Like that IPO was such a hyped thing as well. And it just feels like it's just fallen off a cliff.
This tweet had me fucking rolling. The picture of the Anthropic CEO saying, "Sir, another 22-year-old has found a job." They're just running around wrecking young children's lives.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being Sat's age.
And being
and
in
not
university.
I mean,
being
Satss
in
is
university.
thriving. Satss is thriving.
I think it's an interesting conversation. You know, I was having this with someone else the other day, and it was like, I don't think the software engineers of today are completely fucked. I think they're going to be fine, but it's the guys who lack creativity who are fucked. Which is a lot of percentage of the population nowadays. They just want to, do one thing and do it on repeat and not really have to think about anything else. But I don't think a lot of these guys are fucked. I don't think designers are fucked. I don't think software engineers are fucked. I just think they need to apply themselves into a different thing and stop trying to fight against it. And more just move with it. It's the guys who keep on pressing against AI. And it's like you see these, I see a lot of people on like the tech side of Twitter. Like I have another Twitter account just focused on tech and in the coding space and things like that. And you see a lot of software engineers sort of saying like, oh, I don't use AI because it feels wrong. It feels like it's not the way, like it doesn't feel authentic. It's like, shut up, man. What do you want talking about being authentic? Just get on Claude Code and stop being a donkey, because you're going to just fade away into the you're going to fade away into the abyss because there's people like me just talking English to the prompt and outperforming you. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as people say that.
We did a call yesterday with some AI founders, and you guys were all speaking a language I did not understand. It was like me looking at you guys talking and just being like like a whole bunch. Like you would go and say like 7 straight words, and I'd be like, I don't know what any of that means, let alone together in a sentence. I don't even know the fucking individual word. So
and you
like,
did not mask it on your face either. You were very, you wanted us to know that we sounded like absolutely insane.
You sounded insane. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I think about like my friends that have younger siblings, or like my younger siblings, and like being, I don't know, like not growing up with this. It's kind of like my generation, I guess. Like we didn't have smartphones really when I was. I'm not that old, but like I got my first smartphone when I was like 21, 22 probably.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy, right? I didn't know. Yeah, I mean, it's actually cool because I get to like experience college and
without it.
after college without it, which I think is special and seems like maybe a bummer for those who don't get to do it that way. But like I was behind the curve from kids a little younger than me. Who grew up with that stuff. And so I'm curious, if you're 18 to 28 probably right now and you don't have an established career or whatever specialty, like you're kind of facing a steep hill up, I think.
Yeah.
And like, what are you going to do as a 22-year-old who's a finance major trying to get an entry-level job?
I think here's the thing. Like, I feel like there's different iterations of this. You go through history, there's always reasons for the young generation needs to be scared, like why things aren't going to be the same for them, whatever. It could be Medicare, it could be AI now. I think, to me, like if you're young, you're fine because you're going to adapt and you're going to learn how stuff works here, because you don't have a foundational basis. And so as long as you're motivated to figure out what you want to do and then apply the resources you have at your disposal, which right now are the best we've ever had in civilization, you're going to be in a better place. And there's going to be a lot of people who are older than you, who are in middle management or executive positions, who are going to tell you that there's going to be problems or they're going to cut your jobs or whatever. And the reality is, if you adapt to this stuff because you have time, you don't have these predisposed habits and like assumptions about how things are supposed to work, you're in a position to excel ahead of those people. So I think I think young people are at an extreme advantage right now. And I think there's a lot of people I know CTOs at other companies. I know people who are in senior executive positions who are my peers who, the response I get is, yeah, they're reading about what's going on in AI, but they don't have time to really dig into this. They're busy just trying to continue on with things as the status quo. And they're aware of this stuff. But I think if you're young enough and you have time and you're figuring it out as part of your new foundation, like there's no reason to be scared. I think that is where people get it mixed up and people get it wrong, and they say this is a problem for the entry level people and they got people who are trying to come up in the world. I think that's where the opportunity is, and there's a lot of suppression happening right now where the kind of old guard is trying to make them think it's a problem when I think it's really opportunity more so than anything else.
I think so as well. I think a lot of people are scared off by it, but it's like all this really does is accelerate people's learning to a crazy degree we've never ever seen before. Like, you no longer need a tutor because all the information is available to you at questions, and it will ask you with non-bias. It's like the smart people will just get smarter, and the people who are falling behind will just fall behind even more. But the gap to being smart and having that access to information is now zero. Like you no longer need this crazy degree. You no longer need this like access to certain education. Like there's guys at Stanford who will underuse AI and be outperformed by a guy who is using it effectively. Yeah. Like will essentially learn faster. So I do think a lot of people get down on themselves and say like, oh, like AI is going to replace my job. Like, yes, but like Swizzle said, there's going to be so many other jobs that come out of the back of this. And it's about finding and being prepared for what they are. And I know it seems like a loose thing to say, like it's a undefined thing, but it's like the gap to knowledge on this stuff is crazy at the moment. Like there is a lot of people who just don't know what it is, and then as soon as you do understand what it is, you're at just a massive advantage. Like
I do think that a lot of people are so used to leveraging institutional knowledge, like institutions or people to support them and teach them, and this is a situation where you just really need to put it upon yourself to learn. And like take the time and like grind it out on your own, because no one's gonna fucking do that for you. And if you're willing to put the time in, you can truly become an expert and make yourself marketable or whatever you need to find a job. And I think that that's always been true to some degree, but this is the true democratization of building and software usage, for lack of a better word, for the first time ever. Like there's been barriers to entry forever, and those barriers are gone now.
Yeah, and not even just software usage. Like I think education in general has been democratized, and information is now a commodity, and it's cheap to acquire. Like anyone, you can use the free tier of these services and have access to so much stuff. I think like the we see on crypto Twitter, there's constantly this saying of, the joking around about like the permanent, if you don't catch up and learn this, you're gonna be stuck in the permanent underclass. I'll see that. But in a way, that's actually the opposite is true, because, where it used to be like, hey, they gated off Harvard, they gated off Yale, I don't get to go to Princeton or Stanford, like I'm stuck, I have to go to the state school nearby, and it's just, I don't have access to the same network, I don't have access to any of that information. Guess what? Like now you have the ability to just at your fingertips have access to any educational resources you could possibly imagine. That wasn't true even a couple of years ago. And so I think there's a lot of rethinking and rebalancing people have to do in terms of how they kind of rationalize what's going on here. But like, man, regardless of which side you're coming from, if you're somewhere in a position of advantages, there's a chance for you to really utilize this stuff and move faster. If you're coming from a place where historically you didn't have many advantages, there are now some tools and resources you just need to become aware of, and all of a sudden you can really attack some things and have the playing field leveled out a little bit, I think.
It's so funny, Swizzle. You said underclass, and I was on Twitter, and this tweet just popped up.
This is
perfect
for a number of
That's
reasons.
the algo.
Yeah, this is funny for a number of reasons. Number one, he's coding on Windows, which just doesn't really happen anymore. Like, not many people do this. So, like, this is clearly like a performative ass picture. Like he's opened up VS Code and just gone, guys, grab a picture of me real quick. I'm gonna sit here for 2 minutes. Get the media. He actually isn't probably doing anything here. No one actually codes like this. But
this is Satss and Satss just picking up the granular details in the meme here.
No, but I saw this earlier and I zoomed in and I was like, there's just no one does this. Like he's definitely just sat down and gone, get the media team over here, get a fucking few pics. But man, yeah, I saw a lot of this, like Zuck back in the fucking office, grinding.
Back in the trenches.
Back in the trenches, yeah. I did actually watch, what's that movie called? The one of him building Facebook.
The Social Network.
Good.
Great
Yeah,
movie.
I watched that the other day and I was like, wow, it is fucking really good.
What do you guys think the North Koreans are going to be capable of now with all these tools?
Oh,
like
man.
they've been
A
getting
lot,
people
apparently, right?
a lot. They've made out like fucking bandits just with social engineering hacks and simple little tricks here and there.
We do have to get into this because we titled today the DeFi Disaster, and man, it's being talked about a lot, but I don't like. We were talking pre-stream about this. I don't really think it's being talked about enough. Like, I don't think we're factoring in the implications of how bad this is, right? Or at least what happens from here. So maybe
it's pretty bad.
Maybe we get into a little summary of what actually occurred. I don't know if Wood or Satss, one of you guys, can lead us there, but and then we can kind of talk about the implications.
Trying to find the thing we put in the group chat of.
Well, there's a laundry list. So first we had the drift hack, right? That was North Koreans.
This is what, 2 weeks ago now?
This is
a
2
week and a
weeks
half?
ago, a week and a half ago. And then there was another hack. Who else got hacked shortly after drift?
Oh, fucking hell. I do know who you're talking about. It wasn't as big, but it was pretty big. It was like a 50 to 60 miller.
Yeah, it was something else. And then Kelp DAO got hacked for $293 million, triggering a $13 billion DeFi contagion event in 24 hours, which was incredible for many reasons. Aave lost
This is the big
what?
one.
Aave didn't. What happened to Aave? Where is it?
So, yeah, there was a bridge, like the layer 0, what got hacked using like a single signer thing, and they minted hundreds of millions of this wrapped ETH. They deposited into Aave, and then they borrowed against all the assets which they just minted from fucking thin air, which essentially gave Aave a load of bad debt pretty much instantly. And they had to pause the market. And yeah, there's just a lot of repercussions with this, you know. Personally, if I had funds, and it's very clear, it's not even just personally, people are scared now and people don't see the upside of DeFi because there's just such crazy risks associated with it. Like being exposed to a market like Aave now and, you know, farming what for 5 or 6% yield, but your downside is 100% and losing all your money because these exploits are not like, I would say a few years ago, they weren't as common. Now they're happening a lot. Aave's gone through some fucking shit in this past year and it just seems to be getting worse. And it's like, yeah, we saw, I think, over $7 billion leave DeFi across all chains over the last, like, 72 hours. Not an understatement. People are fucking sick of it, and people don't see the upside anymore. And I see a lot of people, even smarter people in group chats, going like, look, if it's not on an institutional account anymore, I'm not actually going to play. Like, I'm not interested in DeFi at all with size. No. And I think I'm in the same boat, and this is coming from someone who I've held a lot of this stuff in the past, you know, and I still hold a lot of HLP and things like that, but I'm going to keep HLP because I'm a degenerate. But things like Camino, you know, I'm a bit unsure on now. Like I hold a lot of my port in DeFi. Pretty much, I would say 85, 90% of my port is on-chain in crypto. So
yeah,
it's a little
so
scary.
My thesis to this and why the implications aren't as broad is that a lot of this money that is propping up DeFi is long-term crypto native money that hasn't paid fucking taxes and that people can't go anywhere else with it. Like if it's me, I've paid taxes on my money's been off-ramped. I would never in 10 million years put my money into a DeFi protocol. There's no world. I will buy treasuries. I will buy money markets. I will buy bonds. I will buy bond funds. I will get 4% yield somewhere else, 5% yield somewhere else. I do not need to do that in crypto. I do not need the risk. I do not need to custody it myself. Or do I want to custody it myself? I want someone else to do everything. I don't want to touch buttons. I don't want to do anything. I want to put it in my Fidelity account and it get fucking done for me, and not have to and be able to sleep at night. But I think a lot of this money is old Bitcoin ETH whales that have never withdrawn it, and they owe a tremendous amount of taxes on it, and they don't know what else to fucking do with it.
I mean,
and for that reason,
this sounds
it'll
a lot
never
like
come
me.
out. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just describing a lot of people that people don't want this money to enter the financial system. They treat it as a bank account, and they haven't figured out how to get that money into the real world yet.
I keep like 5% of my port in my bank. The rest is all crypto. You know, like.
I think, but like what you guys are describing is, I think, exactly why I feel like it should be more concerning, because it's like removing the veil in a lot of ways. And I don't know if what you guys are saying is we don't know if that's accurate or not, but you know, it's not a crazy thesis. And like ultimately, this is DeFi is the side of crypto here. Like that's supposed to be safe yield. The word safe is supposed to, for that to work, for it to be anything of value, that has to be associated with what you're doing there. When you're generating yield, when you're using these protocols, like you shouldn't have to even think about these risks, right? Like there should be like a peace of mind that it's like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing here. What's concerning is like the lack of reaction, because DeFi is a prevailing narrative of crypto, has been for a long time. It's this ideological future where we can all do this on our own and like, keep custody of our money, but generate yield, et cetera, et cetera. This happens, nasty, disgusting exploits all over the place. This Aave thing is bad, right? Kelp DAO. I don't know why someone would name something Kelp DAO and then someone would decide to put their money into something called Kelp DAO and think it's good. But like you do that and the system kind of breaks and falls apart for whatever reason. We got a bunch of finger pointing and no one wants to take accountability, and they're saying, well, give these crazy PR releases with a bunch of explanations about modular security and like whatever fuck all else. Like we don't care. We just want to know that it's safe. Yeah. But then this happens and the reaction was so muted. Like I would have expected something like this to happen with the extremity that it did. And I would have thought that Ethereum would have gone down 15, 20% in a day. It really didn't move, other than the fact that it was moving alongside Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, literally.
And as a result, it's like, okay, so does that mean these institutions kind of saw it or didn't even see it and just don't care that much? And if not, it means, okay, is institutional interest in DeFi, as we have been saying that it is, really not like as strong of an interest as we thought? So I find myself in circles where I'm like, man, the fact that this hasn't been overblown and the reaction so muted means like, I don't know where this thing is going as a whole anyways.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm surprised it didn't blow up even more. It felt like all the smart people were talking about it a lot and sort of worrying that, and a lot of CT just weren't asked, because a lot of people don't use DeFi anymore. It seems it's in a bit of a tricky spot. Like as someone who holds like a lot of this stuff myself, like through Camino and things like that, it's like it is unsettling, and it is making me reconsider like my whole portfolio structure of getting things out and getting things into safer environments, because I don't want to be in the position where I wake up one day and I'm exploited and all my bread's gone. That doesn't sound like a fucking good day. And I know there's probably hundreds of thousands of people like me right now having them same thoughts. So what happens when we all, bridge off? Like we saw in the past 72 hours, like $7 billion leaving. But it feels like we haven't learned, This stuff has been going on for ages. Like we were talking about Chris on the last show, like BlockFi, think how long ago that was. And we're still at the same point where you can wake up in the morning and all your money can be gone. That's not an attractive thing for anyone.
But that's the thing, like back when it happened with BlockFi, like, okay, bad thing, but we could accept that because it's like, hey, we're in the early days, man. Like this is an industry that's maturing. We're figuring things out. This is revolutionary. We're not there yet, but like, you know, we just got to work out the kinks. Now we're years later. This is like supposed to be a maturing industry. Like this shit just can't keep happening, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what the reason is. Like social engineering, not a you know, they say it wasn't like, you know, code-based issues or whatever. Okay.
But that's almost worse.
Nope.
Because you're investing in the code.
They had no fail safes in place, no protections in safe. Like it's not something you can trust putting your money into.
Yeah, you don't
Full
hear
stop.
a Citibank.
End of story.
You don't hear a Citibank or JP Morgan just going, guys, we got exploited. Unlucky.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Can't help you. Your money's gone.
Yeah, like vaporize into the wind. Like you don't hear anything of that, and it's like there's just no security on these things because they don't believe it themselves. You know, like there's no crypto account where it's like, oh, we'll offer you 250 grand if you lose all your bread. No, like we're not confident at all. All your bread's gone. You're fucked. But yeah, the exploit uptick is crazy, especially after, you know, all this shit about AI. I think it definitely assists them. But I think another thing as well, like outside of crypto, we saw Lovable get exploited as well over this last few days.
What's that?
It's a thing similar to Claude. It builds apps. It's one of the biggest AI platforms, like vibe coding platforms. They got exploited in all the private details of what people were building and some personal names. There was a big data leak. Yeah, it's not fucking good. It's really not good. And they addressed it in a really bad way as well. It just seems to be this massive uptick of big companies getting exploited, and I think it's a symptom of a lot of things. A symptom of a lot of things of where people build fast now. People build fast, and then they don't think of the security risks. They just think of like, how can we get out the fastest? You know,
dude, look at this Aave
Crazy.
TVL chart.
Insane.
TV, dude,
insane. Like
insane. Down 10 billion since the Kelp DAO thing. Wow. How are we investing in things called Kelp DAO? It's incredible. It truly is fucking incredible. We got that. We got like Rave DAO down 99. And people are like, oh, we should take this industry serious. We got fucking Donald Trump's monkey children out there like touting it. And
what was Rave DAO? What was that stuff?
Yeah, I saw all these notifications about Rave crashing. I'm like, I've never even heard of that. What is Rave?
I don't even know what it is. I have no idea what it is.
I saw it had jumped up. It was like a top 5 cryptocurrency for like for like a couple days, and I'm like, okay, this looks like a honeypot. But was it a real thing? It can't be.
I think it had something to do with exchange crime, and I know I don't want to
something related to Binance.
Yes.
I thought Binance were involved. Of course they were. Classic. Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly.
Guys, please. Allegedly. And BitGet was somehow heavily involved. BitGet were heavily involved. I saw a lot of people flaming this woman who's C-level there because she said it was going to be the next Ethereum or something on Twitter just before it crashed, as you do, you know.
Rave DAO was going to be the next Ethereum?
Some bullshit like that. It was some crazy shill. And yeah, she's been getting a lot of shit on the timeline for it. But yeah, once again, not a good look. But it's also a case of where not Binance. Binance and Coinbase are completely separate from this and probably Kraken.
Yes.
But a lot of these T2 and T3 exchanges have to find a way to survive a bear market. And it's not necessarily like, let's just go scam our users, but it's like we have to generate volume somehow. And some of it is literally getting like getting coins going on your platform. You list them first and you pump them. And you hopefully attract people to come and open Gate accounts or BitGet accounts. Like that's how they survive bear markets historically. And, you know, it doesn't work like that as easy as it did back in the day. You end up with shit like this happening. But once again, I don't know the full details.
I just looked up what this Rave DAO is, and honestly, if anyone bought this in the first
Probably
place,
deserve it.
I mean, good going. I don't know why you would have convinced yourself that this was. I guess Zach XBT did a whole investigation on it. Basically, came to the conclusion that it's a pump and dump. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and then you still end up fucking buying it. Well, this has happened before, innit? Zach will do a whole post on something, and people will be like, bullish.
And then, so this all happens. Arbitrum freezes funds. They for 71 million worth of ETH connected to the exploiter on Arbitrum 1. Acted with law enforcement, blah, 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 whatever. The most decentralized platform in all of crypto, as Vitalik called it, I think, back in the day.
Yeah.
Is now showing it is not very decentralized at all.
No.
So another, fallacy of crypto which is decentralization on full display again today.
It's all a lie. Like, it's actually crazy because it's actually all a lie. Like it's like nothing is decentralized because they can just open up your fucking account and freeze it. Not necessarily it's a bad thing because these guys are committing fucking crimes, but like this means like hype as we know it as well. Like hype is not decentralized really. Like they can freeze your fucking wallet. Like it's just I don't know.
It's how many points of centralization are there? Like,
Yeah.
is there one dictator who's the central point and we trust that person? And other than that, it's decentralized, but that one person can intervene. Is it 5 people?
Seems like a
I
lot
don't
right
know.
now.
Seems like a lot of people can intervene.
Yeah. This is a circuitous conversation, though. It's like, man, it's both. People want to complain on both sides because you remember when Circle didn't freeze funds on which was this Drift? Was that Drift or something before
Drift.
that?
Yeah.
They didn't freeze the funds. People were up in arms. They were so mad at Circle. Why wouldn't you do this? But then here it's like they do it. They freeze some of the money. How could you do that? That's incredible.
We're sat here going decentralization.
Yeah. So you gotta pick your poison on that one.
Yeah. But our boy Justin Sun came out and said that Tron's the most decentralized blockchain in the world.
So
would you trust Justin Sun with the keys? You said one guy.
I trust Justin Sun. That's our goat
Look
right
at his
there,
chart.
man.
Look at his chart, man.
We were early to Tron because we got onto it last week.
Yeah, well, that's quite literally.
Yeah.
The chart. I've actually just looked at the chart as well. It's up again. No surprise.
It's up again.
Up again. It's up again. Literally.
By the way, Justin Sun not really related to any of this, but the guy just loves drama, and he was like, "Oh, some shit's going on. I gotta throw my name in the mix here. I gotta be involved in this scandal."
But
somehow.
this is a crazy comment because he's like, guys, if you want to do crime, come to Tron. Like, I'm not going to freeze your money. Come do it on Tron. It's a kind of a crazy one. Like, I don't know. His chart is up only. Maybe the criminals are behind that. So, you never know. Allegedly.
It's funny. We have a friend who's in Bali right now who says he's staying at a $30,000 a week place, and they all use Tron to pay people with everything. And it's like you only go to Bali in the $30,000 a week thing if you're doing something sketchy while you're using Tron. And this guy. Our guy, Justin Sun, facilitating crime around the world.
What was this again? He bought a banana on the wall and just fucking ate it?
For like $50 million. Yeah.
Fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having $50 million to buy a fucking banana just to take this picture? This is an all-time picture.
It was.
Like,
this was peak bull market as well, and didn't this banana rip to fucking 100 mil or something?
Yeah, it was so great. Banana tape wall, that coin.
But
he did this before the coin. The coin was based off of him, I think.
No. Oh yeah, probably so. By the way, is this not to go full TMZ, but this guy's dating Eileen Gu? Is that true?
Dude, good for him. I hope so.
Is he?
If you're dating Eileen Gu,
Justin Sun he just wins. I mean, actually, he might have just announced that he is. To be honest, like it might be they might have never met each other, but he just said, "Yeah, I'm dating."
Yeah, we're dating. Big deal.
It's a good move.
I mean, who's gonna question Justin Sun if he says he's doing that? I'm not questioning it.
I'm not questioning him. His chart's up only. Like, fucking hell, bro. I'm not in. Why am I not in? I need to just every time I open the pod, I sit here. I'm like, it's about to break out. Like, I could be buying the top hit. I look again.
Full port Tron. We're over here stressing the markets every day. We could just be full port Tron and just chilling.
I'm gonna long it right now. And we'll come back to this.
Asteroid.
Just so I'm not fucking sidelined, man.
Asteroid 147 mil. You guys are still flat to up small.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Look, it's positive that it's holding on, It's a bullish accumulation zone.
I'm up.
We're just
more money on
retesting
fucking open door than you guys are.
prior resistance.
Yeah. We're just it's a classic it's bullish distribution ready for the next leg up to $1 billion.
I'm not holding on to break even and overexposed. That's not what's happening.
Yeah,
here.
no, not
That's
at all.
not what's going on here.
I'm fully prepared for the upside and the upside only. I'm not prepared for the downside.
Yeah.
this is not me shilling at Asteroid, by the way, guys, but yeah, I do
It
have
certainly
significant
is.
bags.
I subscribe a 90% chance that we are down 50% by this time next week.
That's not what I want to hear. You know, that's
90%.
I feel like that's side bet bait. You're looking for a side bet here.
I'm not looking for a side bet.
Bait.
I just don't, I
Wood's
struggle
looking for
to
an
see.
entry.
So the thesis behind this is not attention, it's crime. It's that ETH people are going to crime this up.
No, it's Elon. It's Elon posting it. You know.
I feel like we need this feature on the show. I think we need to have like a
polymarket
like
integration.
side bet feature where usually Satss and I are in agreement and we're going against Wood here. Is that normally the case?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I think so. That is pretty common. But Wood's usually, I don't know. Wood's usually the dirty bear. I've turned into the dirty bear.
You are pretty bearish lately.
I am pretty bearish. I am still, like I said this in another group, I'm still horrendously bear pilled on the whole market. I have no idea why. I can't shake it. I can't shake it. I look at stocks and I'm like, this looks overextended. I look at Bitcoin and I'm like, wow, this is just not even moving and stocks are all-time high. I'm worried. But I shouldn't be. It's going to start ripping in my face and I'm going to be embarrassed. But
fuck yeah. My equity portfolio is at an all-time high right now.
Damn.
What else we got, guys?
That's it. I think
Kevin Warsh is. Do we care about the end of the JPOW area? Should we pour one out for him?
Pour one out for him. Yeah. Lower interest rates, drive liquidity into the system. Make this a 2028 problem. 2028 problem for the world.
And Kevin Warsh, lighter angel investor. So
did you see as well?
Save my bags.
Are you still in Liar?
I am.
Oh fucking hell, man!
No choice.
Did you see the tweet from I put in the group chat of Saylor, the bubble, the orange bubble, and people running away from the orange bubble?
Yeah.
What is he? He's got to be trolling. He has to be trolling. There's no other way. He must be pre-planned this and going, you know what, this is going to be a funny one, guys. This is going to be a fucking good one. He is on a generational troll, it feels like. Oh my God. Come on. Incoming. What does he mean? The bubble's going to pop and everyone's going to run away? This is another thing as well. What is?
He's got to be doing this on purpose, right? Because he did the whole thing where he was in the lifeboat a few months ago and getting away from the ship.
The ship's burning behind him and he's in the life on his own, leaving.
Guys, do we think Saylor's got a guy who makes these for him, or do you think he logs into Cloud Code just like the rest of us? And
this looks like this reeks of a guy who does it himself.
Yeah, I know. This
does it himself. This is low-grade AI.
Yes. This doesn't even reek of a guy who made it to Claude. He's using Grok.
Yeah. This is one prompt Gemini or Grok for sure.
Yeah. Literally, 100%. I'm worried about, like, I was a big Saylor defender back in the day saying, like, everything's going to be fine. The strike shit has me a little worried. That shit is not going to be fine. That reeks so badly that something is going to go wrong there, and it's reeking of desperation to me. And I think it's becoming a bit of a risk. Like, it's not something I really think about. I don't have the size to think about it, but it's like, as a massive buyer, you're $1 billion buyer of Bitcoin, Saylor owns close to 4.5% to 5% of supply. You're seeing him do the strike stuff, where it's inherently, you don't even have to look too deep into it. It's inherently very sketchy and like non-sustainable. Like, are you getting a little worried? Are you going, this could end really badly? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Potentially, definitely, because I'm bad.
We probably need to bring on someone who can do a deep dive and explain what's actually happening with strike. I don't know how to pronounce it, but some people, like I've seen people on both sides. Like, some people are saying, look, the only reason they can buy that much is because of the demand from retail buyers. But I don't know. Let's maybe find someone who's more equipped to talk about it than us.
We'll get Rob on.
Yeah.
We'll get Rob on to talk about it. Let's do it. I think that about does it for us. You guys want to chat about anything else? We're good to log off for this Tuesday. We'll be back Friday. Maybe we're tentative Friday, but we'll figure that out Wednesday or Thursday. And yeah, good chatting, guys. Go download FOMO today. Promo code risk on. And we'll probably be here Friday, maybe Thursday though. We'll keep you guys posted. And talk soon.